Why does the narcissist hide his relationship? Once upon a time, you were crowned as the intimate partner primary source. This might be the position of wife or husband or boyfriend, girlfriend, partner, etc. In that position, you enjoyed that magnificent golden period. Those mesmerizing days with the narcissist have now gone, and the memory remains bittersweet. Blackened devaluation followed for you, and finally disengagement, as you found yourself cast aside. During the downward spiral, you had concerns that the person that you loved, and may well still love, was playing around, seeing other people and tarnishing that once professed perfect love. You believe that you have been pushed to one side, and that another person has taken your crown. Amidst the confusion and mayhem, your quest for answers, being the empathic truth-seeker that you are, has led you to realise that you have actually been ensnared by a narcissist. You venture down the rabbit hole, reading all you can about this extraordinary and, at times, horrifying disorder. You shake your head as you see the similarities of the experiences of other people. You fight back the tears as the humiliation of the way that you have been treated weighs heavy on your shoulders. But alongside this, there remains the sensation of wanting this individual to come back to you. Sometimes you want nothing more to do with the narcissist other than obtain answers. Sometimes you want to know what we are doing, who we are with, who are we engaging with. The wanting, the desire, the need for answers, all of these remain, and like so many others, the questions form and occupy your thoughts on a repeated and daily basis. Your suspicions that the narcissist was seducing someone else as the sun set on your empire with the narcissist remain. You understand from your reading that the narcissist will often revel in rubbing the former intimate partner primary source's nose in it by parading the replacement before all and sundry. You learn that relationship bulletins are placed on social media. The new subject, the narcissist's infatuation, is introduced to the narcissist's coterie, the friends, the family, and the colleagues, as they then get to bask in the golden light, and you stand rejected, miserable, or angry in the shadows. It is unfair, it is unjust, it is wrong. You may well worry that the new intimate partner primary source will be the one to make everything right, and that the behaviours you experience through devaluation will not be repeated. You want to derail the coupling and ensure that you are installed back in that vaulted position of IPPS, and this time you will strive to ensure you do everything right and avoid this awful fate that has currently befallen you. These are common responses and feelings. This often leads to the customary social media stalking by the victim, looking to find out who has taken their place. Often nothing can be found. There are no posts showing the narcissist grinning with a new conquest, cold, dead eyes, gazing out from a score of posts, tendril wrapped around the new victim. You have not been able to contact any of the narcissist's family or friends, learning that you had been smeared as an abuser by the narcissist, this litany of lies having been established well in advance of your disengagement. Nobody wishes to talk to you. You have managed to convince a handful of friends, failing to notice their eye-rolling, to try to find out who the narcissist is now with. But they have drawn a blank. Nevertheless, you still have that nagging itch that someone new is in your place. Surely that is how it works. Surely the narcissist needs that primary source of fuel to ensure that potent, plentiful, and frequent fuel is provided to keep the construct in place. The narcissist cannot be without this particular appliance, or at least not for long, if a fuel crisis is to be averted. So, what has happened? What is going on? Where is the new intimate partner primary source? Why is the narcissist hiding this person? There are 4 scenarios which are relevant where it appears that the new relationship is being hidden. Number 1, didn't receive the memo. There is a new person, and the narcissist has not gone without the necessary fuel. But you just do not know about it, because you have simply missed the fact that this is happening. There is a new intimate partner primary source, but you have looked in the wrong places. You have been kept out of the loop, and you have been sidelined and ostracised, and this naturally takes place following your disengagement. This has meant that you have not come across the evidence of this new person. You haven't been included in the relationship bulletins because you have, as the former IPPS, been deleted from the world of the narcissist, and you just haven't learned of the new IPPS, although he or she is very much there. Number 2, keeping it in the family. Your suspicion that there is a new primary source is a well-founded suspicion, but you have been looking in the wrong place. You have been looking for the new romantic partner of the narcissist, expecting to see him and her promenading together, dining at the haunts you were once taken to, and splashed all over social media. Since you cannot find any of these indicators, you are left puzzled. Surely the narcissist needs a primary source, but where is she? It is possible that the primary source is not of an intimate variety, but a non-intimate partner primary source, and this usually means a family member. The narcissist has not ensnared a romantic primary source for various reasons, and therefore has fallen back on a family member to be the chief provider of fuel and often considerable residual benefits. The NIPPS will usually be a parent, child, or sibling, in that order of likelihood. Extended family members can be NIPPSs, but this is rarer. If the narcissist has lived at home with the parent or moved back to live with the parent and you do not see a romantic primary source, it is highly likely that the mother or father is now the primary source. If the narcissist has children, minor or adult, and they live with the narcissist, one of these children will be crowned as the primary source, and this is why you cannot find the new girlfriend or boyfriend. If the narcissist rents an apartment with her sister or brother, then again they are likely to be the primary source. If there is no romantic primary source and you know the narcissist is living with a family member, then it is a keeping it in the family scenario. If they are not living with a family member and you cannot find a romantic partner, ascertain whether the narcissist is spending a lot of time with a family member. Are they turning up at their mother's house a lot? Do you know if he or she is popping across every day for dinner? Also keep in mind there are likely to be communications which you're not privy to between the narcissist and a family member, which underlines their status as the new primary source. Number 3, troublemaker. There is a new intimate partner primary source, but you are not being allowed to see that this person is in place. This is a deliberate act on the part of the narcissist. The narcissist is concerned that you are going to cause a major issue to the new golden period of this new IPPS, and does not want you interfering. You have been smeared as a crazed harpy, the lunatic and psycho X, so that the loyal members of the coterie form a protective wall around the narcissist and his or her new love interest. The coterie and the lieutenants will have been extensively briefed as to your catalogue of fabricated, awful behaviours towards the narcissist, but your obsessed investigations as you sought to obtain answers are now used against you. You are painted as the crazy stalker, the oddball who just will not move on, and although in part you are unable to move on, it is not for the reasons that have been broadcast about you. The narcissist is most concerned that you are going to try to expose him or her to the new intimate partner primary source, so that the wonderful golden period is derailed. He or she is worried that the precious energy will be taken up trying to keep you away, fending off your attempts to display the truth about us, as the narcissist seeks to manage the facade and prevent his good name being muddied. You will not find a greater narcissist in this position. The concern about you and what you will do is to preserve the mid-ranger, most likely, and lesser narcissist to a degree, and therefore it is those schools who will be keeping the new IPPS on the down low. They will aim to frequent different places, avoid social media pronouncements, block you on social media, and create the appearance of there not being a new IPPS, all done to ensure that you, as the former IPPS, do not spoil current matters. This situation is most likely where you have escaped, or if you have been disengaged from, it is where you have shown particular application in trying to have your truth told to many other appliances within the fuel matrix, so that you are refusing to abide by the expected role of weeping and woeful former IPPS. Show any fight against being controlled in this way, demonstrate a desire to confront and challenge, and you will be swiftly labelled as a troublemaker. The narcissist will then pull a veil over the IPPS, shrouding them from you, ensuring the coterie makes no mention of a new girlfriend, avoiding any possibility of detection, and thus ensuring that the newly embedded IPPS is not affected by your crazed rantings. Finally, number 4, secondary sources rule. You have been unable to find out about the new relationship of the narcissist for the simple reason there isn't one. The narcissist has not embedded a new IPPS or indeed an IPS. Instead, the narcissist is content to operate by obtaining fuel from key secondary sources, intimate partner secondary sources, dirty little secrets, and non-intimate secondary sources. There are 2 instances where this occurs. 1. The narcissist is a greater and has such an extensive fuel matrix that he can readily juggle various IPSSs and DLSs who provide plenty of fuel, and therefore there is not yet a need for an IPPS. Graters very rarely indeed have NIPSs. Indeed, some graters may operate a fuel matrix of extensive secondary sources and no primary source for several months. The second instance is where the narcissist is mid-range or lesser and has not been able yet to embed a new IPPS quickly enough, and therefore has been forced to rely on the supplementary sources, secondary and tertiary, in the meanwhile. This state of affairs will not last long, and the narcissist will be endeavouring to find an IPPS or possibly turn to an NIPPS if need be. Thus, just because you cannot spot the new love interest of the narcissist who has callously disengaged from you, or, more rarely, that you have escaped from, it does not mean that there is not one. There are many reasons why the narcissist hides the new relationship from you, but in some instances it is because the nature of that new relationship is not as you thought it would be, and that is something that you ought to take into regard. Ultimately, however, in analysing and considering this matter, turn to this video to understand the position. You gain nothing by trying to find out who we are with, once you have either escaped or been disengaged from. Doing so will only continue to feed your emotional thinking, and in turn run the risk of being hoovered or preventing you from moving forward in your progress and ultimate recovery. Considering what we're doing, trying to find information is all remaining engaged, and your emotional thinking will con you into thinking that you should do this because you need to know. You do not. Understand, there may be somebody. There may be not. This person may be hidden. They may not exist for the reasons explained in this video. Utilize this information to answer this particular question, and do not fall temptation to the effect of your emotional thinking by trying to find out yourself.